Good evening and welcome to the Ncwlife Evening News on this General Election Day, the 6th of November, 2018. I'm Eric Grantrom, filling in for the vacationing Grant Olson. Before we get to today's top news story, let's take a quick look outside our weather window. And for today, we're heading up to Stevens Pass. Yes, that was earlier today with snow falling at the summit at Stevens Pass. Thanks to the Stevens Pass Ski Resort for the video footage here. As you can see, pretty good snow showers. And for ski enthusiasts, that's some pretty good news. Now, for those of you trying to do some travel in the higher elevations, that's a whole different story, as we had some slippery conditions up at the Cascades, and we're expecting more of the snow in the higher elevations over the next few days. Here we see the mountain snow today through tomorrow morning. Especially slick conditions expected for Stevens Pass and for Lookout as you head towards Idaho and Montana on I-90. We'll get to your forecast a little bit later on. Now, a few of the stories we're following for you tonight. It is Election Day, and we'll get a sense of what voters are thinking. We ran into some ballot collectors in Douglas County. We'll find out more about how that is done. And more on a school bus crash that sent 8 students and the driver to the hospital with minor injuries yesterday. First, we begin tonight. Chelan County Auditor Skip Moore is preparing for tonight's vote count with a mix of anxiety and excitement. He says workers have been processing returned ballots for the past 3 weeks. He says this year's turnout beats any he's experienced in a midterm election. Moore tells Ncwlife News that the process of counting the large number of ballots will take days.
What we will do, and it's because of the timeliness and processing of the ballots, our plan here is right now, well, yes, we'll get votes, we'll get election results out tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. Let's put it this way, we lock everything up at 8 o'clock. We go back and pull the results because we have to move them from one machine to another to find out what the results are. Those will be extracted, and we hope to have those on the website no later than 8:30 tomorrow night. Then we know we're going to have ballots coming in all day tomorrow. My staff, we plan on working at least till noon, and then we shut down the processing point at that time, just so we can handle the influx of people coming into the office. We'll pick that back up on Wednesday morning when we bring the ballots into the drop box. We'll process Wednesday and Thursday and Friday and post the updated results Friday at 4 o'clock. Hopefully at that point, everything that we will have received that's valid will be counted at that time. We're working hard today to get everything in our office today in the results for tomorrow night, and we're real close. So that's the plan. Tomorrow night should be on the website by 8:30. If those folks that want to be in the office, they can get the results a little bit earlier, because what we do is we do a hard copy, provide it to the media that's there, and it's kind of been a little bit of a time-honored thing that we started doing it. I read the results right around 8:10 to those that are here in the office, and then while we're also getting them on the website.
Now, Moore says at this stage of the election, last-minute voters should use a ballot drop box instead of the mail. Ballots must be postmarked with today's date to be counted. Well, a random survey of voters in Wenatchee gives an indication of what's driving people to the polls on this election day. Ncwlife asked voters to share what they consider the biggest issues in this midterm election.
I think probably health care. In the bigger scheme of things, I think it's really important that we do what we can to try to minimize the costs of both insurance and coverage. When I say coverage, I mean care.
The division in this country, the heart condition of this country, is what has strongly driven me to vote in this election cycle. All the animosity and division between people who are letting social issues separate them and not be able to communicate.
There's no single issue, I think, for us that's driving us to the polls, but more we're not happy with the direction that our government is currently heading, and we're doing the most powerful thing we can to change the direction of the government, or to try to change the direction of the government.
Why is the direction not the right direction for you now?
I don't like the way our federal government is currently operating, and I feel like it's antagonistic to the rest of the world. It's antagonistic to people in general. It's very divisive, and that's not what I believe in.
I agree with my husband. He kind of summed it up well. We're also both nurses at the hospital, and we believe in affordable health care for everyone. And that's a big reason why I'm here today, is to support that and support people who have that as their vision.
Actually, probably Kavanaugh was the biggest push for me to vote.
How so?
How the Democrats treated Kavanaugh at the hearings, the just nasty play that they did.
I believe I think it's mostly the gun right.
Gun rights.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm mostly here for.
Okay.
Was it?
Now, besides mailing ballots through the U.S. Postal Service, voters in Chelan and Douglas counties have the option of dropping their ballots at various drop boxes throughout the region. We happened to bump into Leon and Bonnie Grant at the Law and Justice Center in East Wenatchee, making their rounds of collecting for Douglas County.
For the last 2 weeks, we've been going to the ballot boxes in both the southern portion of Douglas County, and certainly we're serving the north end of the county also.
You guys have been all over the place. What is the process so that voters know how this works?
So when they put their ballot in the box, ballot collectors come by, in this case us, and the box is sealed, not only with a lock, but with a safety clip, a security clip. And so we make sure that no one's tampered with the box, and then we take the ballots out, put it in the box, and again, this is secured with a safety clip and with our names, and there it goes. We'll drive it up to Waterville so they can process it today.
And we have required paperwork that we provide the county employees up in Waterville so that they can feel good about our process, knowing exactly what we've done. And then once we turn it over to them, they then work under the umbrella of Thad Duvall, making sure that our election process is perfect.
And we'll check in with Douglas County Auditor Thad Duvall during our live election coverage tonight on the Ncwlife channel beginning before the polls close at 7:30. Well, East Wenatchee police say a 76-year-old driver has been cited for failing to yield to a school bus in connection with yesterday's collision at Lee Elementary School. Sergeant James Marshall says it happened around 3:30 at the school at the intersection of 15th and Baker Streets.
A eastbound passenger vehicle was at the intersection and failed to yield right-of-way to a northbound school bus on Baker, resulting in a low-speed traffic collision between the two vehicles. At the time of the collision, there were approximately 30 to 40 students. Sounds like they're all under the age of 10 on the bus at the time. There were some reported minor injuries, and I believe 8 were transported to a local hospital for evaluation.
School officials say the 8 injured students were treated at Central Washington Hospital, where they were released to their parents. The uninjured students were held at the school's gymnasium, where they were reunited with their parents. Douglas County Fire District 2, Ballard, and Lifeline Ambulance also responded to the accident scene. Well, coming up next, fire crews responded to a debris fire that got away near Chelan yesterday. We'll get the temperature of the Chelan PUD budget. Wenatchee Valley College hosted a job fair recently, and local kids win a bet in a read-a-thon. I'm Eric Grantrom. You're watching the Ncwlife Evening News.
With 15,000 square feet to explore, you'll find something special at the Antique Mall at Cashmere. For the do-it-yourselfers and those with a keen eye for making something old fresh and new again, the Antique Mall at Cashmere is the place to come find your next project. From the coin enthusiasts to avid collectors, Antique Mall at Cashmere has treasures in every corner. Come find your treasure today. Antique Mall at Cashmere's friendly staff is here to help. Stop on by today.
The physical therapists at Cascade Medical love the outdoors as much as you do. But sometimes where there's love, there's also pain. Let us help you get back to the activities that you love. Cascade Medical, partners in your health.
Eastern Washington. It's a great place to call home and a great time to own a home. It's the ideal place to lay down roots for your family and your future. Gisa Credit Union thinks Eastern Washington is a great place to own a home too. That's why we offer all kinds of home loans with personal attention every step of the way. We're your home. For home loans, we're Gisa Credit Union.
Thanks for watching the NCW Life Evening News. I'm Eric Grantrom. In other news tonight, a debris burn on private property got out of control Monday evening in the Washington Creek area near Chelan, but was contained and extinguished in less than an hour by crews from Chelan Fire and Rescue. The fire department reported that as crews arrived, winds were fanning the fire with flames reaching 2 to 3 feet high. The initial crew on site was able to slow the fire until additional units arrived and surrounded the blaze. Chelan Fire and Rescue Chief Timothy Lemon reminds residents that though it is cooler outside, conditions remain very dry, and when burning, you are required to stay on site until the fire has been completely extinguished. Well, Chelan County PUD appears to be in good financial health heading into next year. Steve Hare reports there are no rate hikes planned for the district's 2019 budget.
PUD commissioners reviewed the preliminary budget figures at their hearing yesterday. It proposes continued spending at the dams, in substations and technology, as well as paying down long-term debt by another $41 million. Next year's spending plan is based on 5-year business plans and supports strategic priorities to invest in employees and assets, keep the debt-to-equity ratio below 35%, and continue the public powered benefit program, including further expansion of the district's fiber optic program. Officials report the draft 2019 budget includes continued investments in capital projects of about $153 million, an increase from last year. Now, the PUD expects to end 2019 with a budgeted positive bottom line of $78 million. That's up from this year's budget of $72 million. A second hearing is set for November 19th. Staff will seek commission approval for the budget on December 3rd. Steve Hare, NCW Life News.
Thank you, Steve. Wenatchee Valley College hosted a job and career fair today. The college and Wenatchee Learns Connect partnered up for the event at the Wenatchee Valley College Student Recreation Center. Exhibitors representing business, industry, training programs, post-secondary education, and military shared career-related information with area high school students during the event. The expo, which was expected to attract over 2,000 students, is intended to help them explore a variety of future careers and educational opportunities as they prepare to enter the workforce. Well, students at Washington Elementary won a bet this week in connection with the school's Readathon fundraiser. 3 kindergartners were the top money makers in the 2-week campaign, which raised over $23,000 for new books. The 3 pupils were honored by their fellow students at a school assembly on Monday. The staff lost their bet with the students on how much they would raise and, as a result, got their hair and faces painted by the 3 5-year-old winners. You're watching the NCW Life Evening News. Coming up next, tonight's feature story and your complete local weather forecast. That and much more still to come as the NCW Life Evening News continues. Stay with us.
Thanks to the help I received at Goodwill,
I have a job. I'm working now. Thanks to Goodwill.
Thank you, Goodwill.
Thank you, Goodwill.
Thank you, Goodwill.
Thank you, Goodwill.
Goodwill's Employment Connection Center is a free walk-in job search assistance program designed to get you back to work. When you donate to or shop at Goodwill, you're really helping people find work.
Thank you. Goodwill, there's more behind the store.
At Local Myth Pizza, we believe in real food, freshly prepared with only premium ingredients. Our cheeses are imported from Italy. Our sauces, dressings, and even our sausages are made in-house fresh daily. Featuring Northwest craft beers and 30 Chelan Valley wines and ciders. Family fun and amazing food. Eat local, drink local, and be local at Local Myth Pizza.
Come see why Sunset Magazine says you can't beat Local Myth Pizza.
I came here to CVCH because one of my friends referred me. When I met Dr. Jocelyn, she was just amazing. She connected with my son, and it meant so much to me. He opens up so quickly because she just sits there and plays with him. It really is like going to see a friend. It's really great to walk into somewhere where you feel welcomed and you feel accepted and respected. It just feels like home.
So Pam, how's your mom doing?
She's okay. She's struggling. She'd like to stay in her house, and it's getting harder for her to do the daily chores.
What kinds of problems is she having?
Just basic house cleaning, you know, taking care of her house, yard work, taking care of her medicine.
Mm-hmm. It does sound exhausting.
It is very exhausting, and I always worry about her.
Aging in Adult Care can assist you or your loved one to remain comfortably and safely in their own home. Contact them today to start the conversation.
Thanks for watching the NCW Life Evening News. In our feature story tonight, anti-bullying videos produced this year by Wenatchee School District students will premiere Wednesday evening in a special showing at the Numerica Performing Arts Center. Students from Lincoln Elementary and Pioneer and Orchard Middle Schools worked with a New York filmmaker to produce the public service announcements aimed at stomping out bullying. The event starts at 6:30 tomorrow night and is free and open to the public. It is the 7th year the school district has participated in the Don't Wait to Unmake a Bully project founded by NCW Life's own Lisa Bradshaw. Here's a look behind the scenes of the Lincoln students' video.
Okay. This is too bad as that. Quiet on set. Quiet on set. Camera ready. Yep. Down then. Yes. Roll camera. Read it. Scene 1, take 2. Action.
You have something to tell you? 10 more minutes left.
Oh, what is it? Roll camera. Slate it. Scene 3, take 7. Action.
Well, as we look upon the Wenatchee Valley from our Sky Cam, thanks to the folks at the Sky-Fi Wireless Local Network, thanks to LocalTel, absolutely gorgeous. I'm trying to figure out which camera this is. Oh, that's up at Billy Goat, looking down on Pateros and Brewster. Absolutely gorgeous in North Central Washington throughout the day today. So no excuse not to get out and cast your ballot in today's election. And it looks like we're going to see more of the same over the next several days. In fact, when I bumped into Leon and Bonnie Grant that were collecting those ballots at East Wenatchee, they were happy to be making the drive all around Douglas County to collect those ballots today. Let's take a look at our official highs and lows. And, you know, it's all happiness here right now because we're still above normal. 54, the high today here in the Wenatchee Valley. So yeah, we are cooling down just a little bit, getting closer and closer to normal. 41, the overnight low, that was at 259 this morning to be exact. So if your heat thermostat kicked on in the middle of the night, then you know why. The normals for this time of year, 49 and 34. So still above where we are normally for this time of year. So enjoy it while you have it, because as we get towards the weekend and into next week, that's going to change quite a bit. 63 was the record high today set in 2014. 14, speaking of, was the record low in 2003. No more precipitation to talk about, although there are getting quite a bit in the mountains in the form of snow, so we're still below 6 inches for the year so far. Sunrise this morning at 6:52. Sunset here tonight at 5:36. Tonight, or 4:36. Tonight, 4:36 in the afternoon. Well, yeah. Pacific Standard Time. Here we go. All right, let's set things in motion here and talk about what's happening as far as the weather in the Northwest. Here you see that mountain snow that's falling today, started earlier in the day today, will continue to fall through the night tonight and into tomorrow morning. So if you have any past traveling plans, be prepared for slick conditions, especially at Stevens Pass. Snoqualmie's in good shape, Blewett in good shape, but Stevens is the one you really got to watch out for. Other than that, we're going to see this pattern of dry weather continue for the rest of the week as this high pressure system builds here in eastern Washington, and we'll be kind of sitting here for the week. And then as we get towards the end of the week, we're going to see the mountain snow return as we get some of that cold air coming down from Canada, and it's going to influence any weather that hits in the higher elevations of the Cascades. The weekend, though, as we get to Veterans Day coming up on Sunday, and time for a parade on Sunday, should be absolutely perfect for parade weather with dry conditions, sunny, cool temperatures as well. So grab an extra jacket or a blanket as you head out to the Veterans Day parade. So we'll put the whole thing in motion here, and you can see what's happening here for the Pacific Northwest. Dry and cool conditions persisting, and kind of cooling and getting more to our normal time temperatures. And again, snow in the Cascades and snow in the Idaho Panhandle as you head over towards Montana. So just be prepared for that for winter driving conditions. Let's take a look at our quick lube and tune forecast now for the Wenatchee Valley and north central Washington. More of the same. After we got through a few clouds today, we're looking at sunny and a little breezy weather here for today and tonight. Tonight's low getting down to 37 degrees. Tomorrow we're going to see a lot of sunshine again. High temperature at 53. There we go, below freezing tomorrow night. Going to be chilly, lows down to 29 as we continue with that, just dry weather pattern with a high pressure system building in and more seasonal type of temperatures as we get 49 for the high on Thursday with sunny conditions. Nighttime lows will be down around the freezing mark at about 31 degrees. As we get towards the weekend, maybe a few clouds coming in on Friday. We don't expect any moisture to happen here for the Wenatchee Valley on Friday, but definitely some more moisture in the mountains. And with the cold temperatures up there, we're going to expect some more snow on the passes, especially on Stevens Pass, as it gets the brunt of that as we forward ahead into the weekend. Going to be sunshine continuing with high temperatures around the 50-degree mark, nighttime lows in the freezing level, 32, 33 degrees. Most of the same until Wednesday next week. That's when things are going to start to change, and as we have the cold air mass that still sits and a Pacific system moving in, maybe some snowflakes here for River City. We'll talk more about that as the week progresses. We'll look at your quick lube and tune forecast here on the NCW Life channel. Stay right there. Coming up next, your evening sports on the NCW Life Evening News as we continue. Stay with us.
I'm Tom from Alpine Air Heating and Cooling. Just as the cool mornings and evenings are returning to our valley, Carrier and Alpine Air are offering best-in-class rebates and promotions to keep your home comfortable and safe this winter. Call for your free estimate today. Ask about rebates to $1,650 and low interest, low payment financing. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air. Call 662-6846. Heat and air, call Alpine Air.
Are you watching me? If you're watching me and you are a business owner in North Central Washington, your potential customers could be seeing your TV commercial right now. With Solion Broadcasting, TV advertising is effective and affordable. Place your ads on the network best suited to your potential customers, or get top-of-mind awareness with 16 cable networks, including NCW Life, your local TV channel. Give Solion Broadcasting a call at 888-2020 today to see how easy and affordable it is to advertise on TV.
And now it's a sports update on the NCW Life channel.
And a happy Tuesday. The Eastmont Wildcats host Eisenhower tonight at a Big 9 District Volleyball play-in game. Now on paper, Eastmont has the big advantage by winning 2 of their previous meetings this season by scores of 3-0 and 3-0. Wildcats also have double the amount of wins as the Cadets, and they'll have home court advantage tonight, but with the playoffs, you throw the records out the window. You can bet that Eastmont coach Corinne Davis will have her girls ready to go with first serve at 6 o'clock. A Wildcat victory would mean a rematch with Wenatchee Thursday in Yakima at 5 o'clock. The other district play-in game has Sunnyside playing at Moses Lake, also at 6. Eastmont girls soccer team is busily preparing to face Central Valley tomorrow in the first round of the WIAA State 4A tournament at Wildcat Stadium. We'll have the crew there for the play-by-play with Sebastian Moraga and Matt Wisen on the call. Now the game kicks off at 5 o'clock. We'll have it on the NCW Life channel tomorrow at 7. A win tomorrow would put the Wildcats into a quarterfinal game against the winner of today's match between Gonzaga Prep and Sumner. As the Eastmont football team prepares to face Puyallup Friday in the first round of the WIAA State 4A tournament, NCW Life channel is determining whether we can broadcast the game. Now, according to the latest information received from the National Federation of High Schools Network, they'll be streaming the game. What we're waiting to find out from District 3 in Southwest Washington is A, how much it'll cost us to broadcast the game, and then also if in fact we can carry the stream on NCW Life channel. We're still waiting to hear back from the National Federation of High Schools Network as well as District 3 exactly on how that will work. We're trying our best to get that game broadcast Friday night, 7 o'clock right here on the NCW Life channel. Wenatchee graduate and injured University of Washington offensive left tackle Trey Adams is reportedly returning for another year with the Huskies. Trey is seen here with the Sermons of Wenatchee. UW head coach Chris Peterson in his Monday press conference said Adams will be back for a 5th season with Washington after redshirting this season. Adams underwent back surgery in August after missing the last half of the 2017 season with a knee injury. Prior to his injuries, Adams was expected to be a first-round draft pick in the 2019 NFL Draft. Well, the Seahawks are 4-4 at the halfway point of the 2018 NFL season following a loss to the Chargers on Sunday. Coach Pete Carroll met with reporters Monday and said Seattle missed too many opportunities against a very impressive team.
We missed opportunities in this game and gave away some advantage with some mistakes that we made. And the Chargers did a nice job of taking advantage of it. And we played a real good, tight game and got down to the end, had a chance to be in it and wasn't able to finish it. I'm real impressed with the quarterback. Even though his numbers weren't huge, just the plays that he made, the throws that he made. The receivers were really good, and the tailback was really good too. So they did a nice job on that side of it. And we had our opportunities. I love the way we played in the second half, where the defense came around and didn't give them a score, didn't give them any third downs, and gave us a chance, took the ball off them with the clock running out to give us a chance to go down and tie the thing up. And so that was pretty sharp.
With so many changes defensively for the Hawks, many commentators across the league felt Seattle was in a rebuilding year. Not so, according to Coach Carroll.
I never have looked at it like it's a rebuilding year, and John and I didn't look at it like that. We saw the opportunities to fill the spots, and we thought we could keep moving and going. There's always going to be some growing time, and we saw that in the first 2 weeks of the season, I think. So, as far as expectations, our expectations are higher, and that's why we're disappointed that we're not in better shape than we are right now.
Seattle travels to Los Angeles to take on the 9-1 Rams Sunday at 1:25 in the afternoon. That'll be on Fox TV. Don't forget, we have live coverage of the election results right here on the NCW Life channel beginning at 7:30 tonight until 9 o'clock. We'll have in-studio guests. We'll be live at the Chelan County Courthouse. We'll also have folks live on the telephone, so be sure and join us for that coverage beginning at 7:30 right here on the NCW Life channel. That's going to do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around North Central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or on our website at ncwlife.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-6295. Also, keep it right here on the NCW Life channel tomorrow morning for Wake Up Wenatchee Valley with your host, Dan Kuntz. I'm Eric Grantrom. Thanks for joining us, and have a great night.
This is TV. This is TV Set Free. TV everywhere from LocalTel sets you free to watch what you want, where you want. Catch your favorite networks, including live TV, ready to watch on any web-connected device for no extra charge. That's TV Set Free. Enjoy the extra value Localtel delivers with TV everywhere. Visit localtel.net and sign up today.